You know the difference between me and the other fitness influencers you follow on IG? I actually know what I'm doing. So why are the algorithm gods against me? You know how the story goes. Girl down on her luck, needs to find a way to pay her rent, yada yada. But I'm not that girl, and I always find a way. After a disastrous few days where I lost not only a job opportunity, but my only steady client, I figured an impromptu workout session in the park would at least get me enough pocket change to cover dinner. A few people come to my workout session, but one stands out. Not only is he more fit than anyone else, but he's hot too. Oh God, please don't tell me he's one of those creeps that saw the viral video on YouTube. What? People act like they never saw three beautiful women cursing out some low-life scumbag that was cheating on all of them at the same time. No biggie though, I can get rid of him. I'm used to dealing with these weirdos. But what if Hot Guy isn't actually a creep, but an ex-pro running back trying to get back into the league and wants me to be his personal trainer? Screw you, algorithm gods. I just landed a way to build my clientele list. Now, if only I didn't accidentally blurt to a reporter that we were dating. Hey guys, ready to meet your new favorite IG couple?
Hey y'all, and welcome back to the Books We Should Have Read podcast, the show on a mission to get adults who typically aren't into reading through the exploration of Black literary classics. This pod is an extension to the BWSR community, and you can find our complete book list for this season at booksweshouldhaveread.com. Tune in each episode as we discuss what we liked and disliked about these reads and whether or not they're worth your time.
Hey guys, my name is Kelly. I am a writer, a book nerd, and still reading romance novels.
Hey y'all, my name is Ashley Ray. I'm a writer, producer. Love me some romance novels, but I'm tired today, y'all.
I'm tired, but we going to get through this.
Girl, I'm exhausted. And I think too, this one didn't hit the way.
It wasn't given what it was supposed to give. We can say that.
Okay, cool. But it wasn't bad.
It wasn't bad.
I wrote a summary. It's more of I was writing this like I was writing a blurb or some shit for a blog site. Do you want to hear it?
Is that what you posted on Goodreads? I tried not to read it, but when I put my Goodreads review up, yours was right there. And I was like, wait, is this from an actual book review?
No.
Or no?
Oh, wait. Is it? I don't know. I didn't.
All right, read it. I want to hear.
Okay. So wait, do we want to? Yeah, we have to tell them what we're reading.
Yes.
Okay, guys, we read The Dating Playbook by Farrah Rochon. And I wrote this for the summary. Okay, you ready?
I'm ready.
All right. Taylor Powell, a struggling physical trainer, meets her match and potential come up when introduced to ex-NFL player Jamar Dixon. And Jamar Dixon meets his secret weapon when linking with Taylor Powell. They make quite the unstoppable duo and pretend lovers. Only if they can keep their pretend relationship apart from their real lives and real feelings for one another. Did that summarize it?
Okay, synopsis.
I channeled
you know what
Kelly.
I was thinking?
I channeled Kelly for that.
Ashley, you know what I was thinking? You know how I wrote that little blurb for this?
Mm-hmm.
Could we put that in the episode, in the beginning, to give a summary of... Remember, and I recorded it and I uploaded it for you? Could we put that in the beginning of the episode?
We should put that in the beginning of the episode.
All right, I just thought about that.
Okay,
we're running. Look at them Jesus flowing. All right, the brain is flowing. That was so funny. Okay, that's a good synopsis because that is really the way. And also, I'm feeling, okay, you know why I didn't like this book? Because I kind of didn't like Taylor. And then I was getting mad at myself because I was like, okay, what's up with me not liking the main woman? I'm a feminist, but goddamn, these bitches is getting on my nerves.
Annoying. Yeah,
I love Jamar though.
I felt the same about Taylor. I have thoughts about Jamar. But like Taylor was just not a likable character to me. Like she had a lot
Yeah.
of entitlement. Um,
She was childish to me.
very much
Like,
so.
very childish. And I was just saying that I didn't like Taylor, and I thought Jamar was too good for her, personally.
Oh, absolutely. Jamar was definitely too good for her, but Jamar had his issues too.
Oh, 100% he had issues. But, like, his issues, the thing that I liked about with his issues was that at the end of the book, he was just like, I have an issue. I'm gonna work my way through it. With Taylor, with her issues with her family, she was just like, oh, okay, that is the issue, huh?
Yeah,
But we ain't getting no like, is you gonna work on it? Is you gonna maybe apologize? Are you gonna apologize to your family for being an asshole for these last few years
right.
because of your insecurities?
Right. Always on the defense, but exactly because she
Always.
was insecure. Had nothing to do with anyone else. Had everything to do with her. Do we want to spoil it? Her diagnosis.
Yeah, her diagnosis, and also just her own lack of
Self-awareness.
self-awareness. Like
Boom.
you like you're a grown ass adult woman. Like you come on, babe. We're not going to do this.
Yeah. Okay. Should we get into the character list? I'm
Mhm.
already feeling the energy and like I'm not here for this book. Like I'm not excited. Like I wanted to be excited
I
about
didn't
it.
even
Oh
have
wait.
her last name. That's how much I didn't give a fuck about this bitch. And when I started reading again, I had to remember her name. I was like, what the fuck was her name?
When did you finish it?
I finished it about 2 hours ago. I finished it at 3 o'clock today. I'm not going to hold you. I know. I'm the worst. I finished
Bitch,
at
are
3
you
o'clock
kidding me?
today.
You're not the worst. I had to listen to the audiobook to finish this. I could not finish reading it.
I finished it at 3 o'clock today. And honestly, I would have finished it a long time ago, but I told you I've been watching a lot of anime lately. And so that's been taking up all my time.
I'm not mad at it.
Anyway, so Taylor Powell. So Taylor Powell is our main character. She is our protagonist, I guess. And she is strapped for cash. She's been trying to become like an Instagram fitness girl with her own business called Tailored Conditioning.
Which is I hate that name.
Yo.
It's so corny.
But you know what though? But like honestly, I get it because tailored.
But that shows you how like unoriginal this girl is.
But you know what though? When you think about it, a lot of the IG fitness girls, like to me, I had to look at her as an IG fitness girl.
That's her.
And that's her. And, you know, not all of them are super original. So I was like, this is on track. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Then I had, her best friends, who she met. And I said, met her best friends through a viral YouTube video because they were dating the same man.
That's insane.
Yeah. And I feel like the one friend Samaya's book was the first book. I'm getting off track here, but I think Samaya was the first book and then Taylor's the second book and then London's going to be the third book.
Oh, so Samaya is the one who's engaged.
Is she engaged already, big boy?
Or she's a boyfriend.
She's the boyfriend, Daniel. Yeah, she's the one with the boyfriend. And I think she was book 1, Taylor's book 2, and I think London's book 3.
Oh.
Yeah. Because honestly, I think I'm going to like Samaya and London better than this
That's
one.
what I was saying. So, okay, let's backtrack. So I'm not saying that like this book didn't hit because of anything that Miss Rochon
I just didn't like Taylor.
I just don't see it for Taylor, like at all.
But I love me some Jamar. Oh my God.
I don't know. Jamar's okay. But her friends, I was obsessed with, and I kept saying, wow, I need to learn more about Samaya in London.
Okay, so this is the opposite. I didn't really care about her friends that much until I realized that they probably had their own books. Because I felt like they were very much background characters. And I think it's because I've been spoiled by Christina, by Kennedy, by Tia, with how they make their background characters. They actually are there for a purpose. And I felt like Samaya and London were underutilized.
Yes, I felt like they were underutilized, and for me, I was yearning to learn more about them. Like, I needed them to have a greater purpose.
But this is the thing about when they're all in these duets or these group of books, is because that's the point. That's what the author, that's their magic, is they make you say, "Wait, I want to know more about London. I want to know more about Samaya.
Mhm.
Let me go buy their book." And cha-ching,
Well,
Farrah.
it worked.
It works.
'Cause I
So
want
yeah.
London, I want Samaya.
And she probably underutilized them because she's probably like, "Yo, go read their book if you want to know about them." And it's like, "All right, I got you, girl." So that's
Yeah,
right. I
for
get it
sure.
now.
Okay, let's talk about how they met, since we just talked about the friends.
Oh yeah, so they met because they were all dating the same guy. They found out and they went to jump him. Well, they went to confront him. No violence, you guys. They went to confront him and it really went left quick. And of course it was like a world star cuz it was just like somebody started recording it and the video went viral. And from that, they became friends.
As
Cause
they
it was like,
should.
wait, we're okay, yeah, this nigga trash, but we are three dope women. Like, why don't we hang out together? And I love that.
Here's the thing. They are two dope women, and Taylor's the straggler. Like, y'all could have left her out completely because she's always needing something. Like, she's always just like, I just want Taylor to get her shit together so badly. And it's not like she had a series of events that stopped her from getting to this point. It's that willpower. She just doesn't have it.
She's definitely like, when you look at it, okay, you can't compete with a surgeon. And then you also can't compete with an IT genius. Like Taylor was kind of like, damn, we couldn't get her a better like she couldn't be at least like a teacher.
That's what I'm
Like,
saying. And that's why
she's very the odd one out when you think about it.
Mhm.
Yeah, damn. Ooh, when
Mhm.
you say it like that, because I'm like, damn, London was like a top medical surgeon.
Mhm.
And then you got Samaya, who is truly like the next, like she's like about to be like the next Mark Zuckerberg, like the female.
Exactly. And I'm like,
That's
wow,
crazy.
I didn't realize, because you picked this book, right? Or did we pick it together?
I think we picked it together.
I think we picked
Don't
it
be trying to
together.
put this shit on me, bro. Hold on. Hold on. I see what you doing. I think because I know for sure I picked real, but then I think we just started going down the list
No.
and was like, this one.
Yeah, no. You said we should read something by Farrah Rochon, and then I was just like, oh, this seems. I probably said like, oh, this seems
Well,
cute.
no, I didn't know who Farrah Rochon was. I didn't know she.
You
I didn't
told
know who
me
she
about
was.
Farrah Rochon.
No, I didn't. I never knew who she was. I told you about Alexandra Warren.
How do we end up here? But what I was saying though is that I didn't realize
Oh shit.
that the Dating Playbook was a part of a series when we chose this book.
That's what it. You know what? Okay, and I think when we chose our books, all right, next time we gotta do it because I think we was drinking and we was just picking shit at one point.
I think so.
And we really gotta like next time we start when we start picking our other books, we gotta do some research because this is the second time because How to Find a Princess was also part of a series and it was also like in like 2 books or 3 books in.
Yeah.
Yeah, we
Which you don't need, right? You don't need to read the other books, but I want to read the best books in the series.
Yeah, me too.
Okay. Yes. So the whole time I'm reading this shit and I'm like, I need to know more about London. I need to know more about Samaya because that's where, like, I like them. I don't like Taylor, and reading about Taylor made it hard for me to get through.
Yeah, I don't like, it's hard for me when I don't like the female lead.
Oh yeah.
It's hard for me.
Yeah.
Because I cannot like the male lead character or like the partner, male or female, the partner. But if I don't like the main character, the person who I'm supposed to root for, it's tough.
It is really tough. Do
Let's
we
get
want to
to
go?
Jamar.
Oh, bitch! I'll let
Oof.
you take it then.
Let me tell you something about my man Jamar. Okay, one, he was too good for Taylor. I'm gonna just say it.
He was
too good for her. Professional football player. He got injured. Literally, he played half a season of his rookie year. And he had a career-ending injury, which made me so sad because like that always happens to the good guys. Like, and so he had this career-ending injury But the whole problem is like, it just never sat right with him because he felt like he did not leave the NFL on his terms, as he says.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so he has been working hard to try and get back into the league. And that's how he meets Taylor, because he had found her doing her fitness thing online, and he wanted to work with somebody who had nothing to do with the NFL. He wanted it to be completely under wraps, and that's how he met with Taylor and how they get introduced. But he is amazing. He's like a good friend, a good family man, fine. He's smart too, which was like, because I like me some athletes, but I'll be the first to tell you they dumb.
Girl, I have
So
a,
he was like a
I have a
unicorn.
major qualm with Jamar that has nothing to do with this, but we'll talk about it when we get to our main points. I'm gonna let you know what the biggest flaw is.
I can't wait to hear it because I'm a ride for him. I'm a stand beside him.
Yes, I'm sure you will. But yes, Jamar is such a catch, which disturbs me even more as to why he settled for Taylor. Is it just because she's
Cause she
fine?
fine. She
Yes.
fine.
Ew. It's like, Jamar, I want more for you, baby boy. Like,
But you know what? This is what I will say. Okay, she's fine, but he's also an athlete, so he's seen plenty of bad bitches. I also think it's because I think he saw in Taylor a little bit of himself, because he saw her struggling and trying to work towards her dreams. And I think he could relate to that because he was working towards he worked so hard to get into the NFL. Then he was working so hard to get back into the NFL. And I think there was just like some type of camaraderie. They also had a lot in common. Like they both like being fit. Like you would be surprised. Like hobbies in common, that can really, he saw something in her. Listen.
it feels I'm very lonely during the pandemic to me.
Really? I was trying to think about like, okay, what did he see in her? And you know what it is? I think he was just always surprised by her because she was so like, she painted herself in such a negative light that when he got to know her, he was like, wait, you are kind of dope. Like you're funny, you're very smart, even though you put yourself down. Your family's great, even though you made it seem like they were horrible. Like, I think he just wanted to dig deeper. And I always say this, really good guys, they love fucked up women.
Yeah.
They really do.
Yeah.
They do.
Yeah.
Prime example.
Whew, okay.
You can do the two friends because you wanted to read their book. I don't really care to read their book. I'll be honest with you.
Whatever. Okay, let's talk about his extended family. So he comes from a beautiful home, mom, dad, in Texas, but he has his best friend, Silas. What did you think about that storyline? You look very uninterested right now.
You know what? Why do I always
Did you forget, Kelly?
No, I didn't forget about. I just finished the book 2 hours ago, so it's still fresh. But you know what? I love that he had such a good relationship with his family. I love the story. I like the storyline with Silas because listen, our hero has to be hurt. He has to have something he's fighting for, right? But I felt like it was very easy. I don't want to say lazy, but it kind of was lazy. Like it was like a lazy storyline.
Okay, the whole book.
Let me kill your best friend, and that be the thing that makes you strong.
Kelly, well then let's talk about the whole book then, bitch. Because the fake dating trope is tired.
I know, but you know what?
But
I'm a sucker. I love fake dating and I love fake marriages.
But you don't like my best friend dies. I have to reach this dream for both of us to support his family and mine. You don't like that though, but you like fake dating.
Because that's not sexy. Your friends dying not sexy. Fake dating, fake marriages, somebody gonna smash. It's gonna get real unfake. It's gonna get real.
You are the absolute worst, dog.
But I see what you're saying. Okay. This episode's a fucking mess. Wait, because we really not feeling this book, and it's like making it so.
Oh my god, it's so funny. Okay, but we're just talking about a host of cliches, right? Like everything.
And you know what the problem is okay, this is my problem because I love the fake dating trope, and I think that's why I was so upset that I didn't like this book as much as I wanted to. But it wasn't a bad book. Like,
No, not at
towards the
all.
end, there were so many parts, like, I was like, "Oh, Jamar," and I did like certain parts. So, it's not I'm just being nitpicky. I'm just in a bad book mood
I
because
guess.
I need me something delicious, something that's gonna
Revitalizing.
move
Yeah.
me.
Yeah. But is that all we want to say about like everyone from the coaches to the bloggers,
Yeah,
the
but they're not main
ex-boyfriends?
characters, though. Yeah, they're not,
No. But I was just trying
no,
to think
like,
of
honestly, I literally just have Taylor, Jamar, and I have Samaya in London as the
you didn't even
characters
put
because
Silas down.
oh, the dead boy. He's dead, Ashley. What you want me to say? Okay, the dead boy, the dead best friend.
We won't spoil that for you guys. But the girl, when we found out how Silas died, I was pissed.
Yeah, you know what? Okay. Cause I kept thinking when I was reading, I was like, wait, they didn't say earlier how he died. I just
No.
know he died super young. And then I was like, a motorcycle?
Looking
I was
for Jamar. That's where I was like, okay.
And that was
nigga.
also, who lets their 18-year-old have a motorcycle? But that's the South. The South different. I
And
don't
he
know.
went, and I was just like, the way that Silas was supposedly looking for Jamar is like, are y'all lovers? Did I miss something? Because why, Kelly? Are you serious? 18-year-old boy will hop on his motorcycle and at nighttime to go search for his best friend because he wasn't answering his
check on his
fucking
friend.
text messages. Kelly.
You know what, bitch? I'm gonna tell you one thing.
I will fall asleep, Kelly, and I'll call you tomorrow.
It's like, Ash, if you ain't answer my text messages, bitch, I would have been back. I'd still been downstairs with the jungle juice. Like, I'll talk to her tomorrow then.
Exactly. She
But
upset.
what
She
does
just
that
need to
tell us
cool
about?
off.
Are we shitty friends? Like, we just admitted we wasn't going to jump on a motorcycle.
Kelly, we literally just said the same thing. Like, bitch, I will talk to you tomorrow. She just needs to cool off.
She needs to relax. But I was thinking, like, I don't know.
It
like,
makes me think, like, who is this book written
that
for?
book is that thick. No wonder why. I was like, damn, it was 40 chapters?
Yes. It makes me think, like, who is this book written for then? You know, like, what is the... It wasn't... It's an adult book. But it's so, like, I'm smarter than this. You know?
It was just very, you know what? Okay. I think that because it was very much, it was supposed to be a quick, easy read, although it took me like 3 months to finish.
Same.
But it was supposed to be a quick, easy read. I think what it was just that, to your point, like, it's an adult romance novel, but one of our main characters' main trauma is from when he was 18 years old. He's been carrying this trauma for the last 8 years of his life. And so it's strange because you have this character who is a part of himself is stuck as an 18-year-old of when he lost his best friend, but then a part of him is a 26-year-old man who's made all this money from the NFL and like he's famous and he's trying to deal with regular shit. And it's just like, okay. And then there's sex. And then you're like, but we talking about your best friend from high school? Did I? Okay.
I will say that this book, in my review, I said I liken it to a Hallmark movie.
Hallmark movie.
Yo, you read my review, bitch.
I saw it because I knew. Okay, so I was like, wait, because I posted mine and yours came up like, we must have been the most recent people to post our reviews because I posted mine like 2 hours ago and I was like, oh, and usually I won't read it, but all I saw was Hallmark and I was like, this bitch. But that's better than like me saying, that's better than me being like McDonald's romance. I didn't write that, but that's what I was thinking. Like, you know, like it. You know what I mean? Like, okay, when I say McDonald's romance, because you know how there's those romances that satiate the appetite. It's like I know you don't eat meat, but for me, it's like a steak that's cooked perfect. Some garlicky, buttery potatoes, delicious broccoli, like a good ass meal, the best red wine. And then
Wait, what
sometimes
book is that? What book is that?
that's 7 Days in June, baby. That's, the real. I've read some romance novel. This one romance novel that was so fucking good. I'm waiting for this bitch. Like, honestly, this bitch better write the third installment or the fourth one, because it better be fucking good. The third one wasn't good, but I'm waiting for her, and I think it come out in 2022. This is like this book called Obsession. Oh, so good. But it's like books like that are like so good, and they just it's just like a delicious meal, a delicious steak. Whereas like a McDonald's romance novel is like, listen, I'll get me I'll get me a 6-piece from McDonald's. It'll hold me over. Like it'll quench that hunger. It'll, satiate the hunger, but it's not what I need. And that's this book.
Mm-hmm.
It's a fast romance. It's a fast romance.
Yeah.
So when I saw Hallmark, I was like, that's a good comparison, because when you think about it, people are just like, Hallmark movies are just in the background. They're just something to, watch. They're just mind numbing. You don't have to think too much. You don't have to question. You don't got to be like, well, what's going on here? You just go with it.
Exactly.
So when the Hallmark, I thought I think you hit the nail on the head with the Hallmark.
Well, bitch, I think you hit the nail on the head with McDonald's. So like, let's move on to our main points.
Yes. Is there something you want to advertise on Books We Should Have Read? Email us at info@booksweshouldhaveread.com. That's info@booksweshouldhaveread.com.
My qualm with Mr. Jamar Dixon.
Yes, I've been waiting for this. What was it?
It opens on page 11. It opens on chapter 11.
Okay.
When he talks about not eating vegetables. Do you remember that shit? I can never, Kelly. Wait.
I thought he was joking.
No, he was not joking. He said verbatim, I'll eat the chicken, I'll eat the steak. You could take that other shit. He arrived at the front door just as Taylor ascended the top step. I'm sorry I'm late, she said, breezing past him on her way into the house. There was a huge piece of farm equipment being carried by a flatbed truck on the interstate. It took up 2 lanes and had traffic backed up to the 45 on-ramp. She held up 2 red reusable shopping bags. I was too keyed up after everything that happened yesterday, so I spent half the night cooking your meals. Oh, cool. What did you make? This is grilled chicken with brown rice and sauteed root vegetables, she said, holding up a container. I also have flank steak with mushroom and spinach tart. It is divine. She cradled the other bag. And in there are black bean quesadillas and chickpea burgers. Nope, he shook his head. I'll eat the chicken and steak, but not that other stuff. She peered at him over her shoulder as she unloaded plastic meal prep containers from one of the bags. Seriously? How did you get a body like that without eating vegetables? Jamar arched a brow. You've been checking out my body? Give your ego a Xanax. I'm a trainer. It's my job to check out your body. And just like that, his ego was now the size of the speck of dust he found on the marble countertop. He swiped at it with his thumb. I'm serious about those burgers and quesadillas, Jamar said. You could take those back with you because they'll just go to waste here. She plopped a hand on her hip, that sassy-ass attitude on full blast. Okay, both of these are freaking delicious. They are, by far, my most popular dishes. But do you want to know what tastes even better than those amazing quesadillas? Revenge. She dragged out the word. Now, how bad do you want it? Talking about the root vegetables.
I'm petty for forgetting about the dead best friend, but we gonna hold it against Jamar because he like vegetables with like cheese on them.
Kelly,
right?
Now you know I will not kiss nan person who does not eat vegetables
or drink water because I think something's wrong with you.
Period.
I think you're a mutant.
Period. I don't care. And that irked me to the core. He was so fine until that moment.
I thought he was joking. Like, I thought he was fucking with her.
Are you fucking kidding me, Kelly?
Because she was talking about, like, kale and like...
She was talking about root vegetables, bitch. She was talking about root vegetables. And she made them chickpea burgers. Nigga,
Okay,
grow
let
the
me tell you
fuck
something.
up.
All right, but Ashley, think about it though. How many niggas you know what chickpea burgers is?
I don't talk to them. I don't know.
All right, okay. Ashley's a little hippy dippy because she's like the vegan. But like, I'm gonna tell you, sometimes you gotta, all right, you know when you date a guy and sometimes you gotta expand their palate.
No.
I dated a guy from like Rhode Island and he did not eat seafood. And I was like, word? But like I think go back to it. Like I think with men, you really have to I notice with guys, like there's very few guys that are adventurous with food. Like dudes don't be trying to be adventurous with their food.
That's so crazy.
They're very like steak, potatoes. But like I see what you're saying though. Okay, so it was the vegetable. Okay, you know what? You always surprise me. I was not thinking that was gonna be what upset you about Jamar.
Absolutely.
You petty.
Yeah, absolutely.
Petty.
I cannot date. Listen, if you like, if your hands and your toes look crazy, like don't talk to me.
That's a no.
Like
That's a no. But baby, we can get a nigga to eat some vegetables, Ash.
I hope so.
She got him to eat some vegetables. She had my nigga on a meal plan. I was like, you know what? Tell her I will say something.
Like I
She
just
had him wrapped. She had him wrapped around her little finger.
She really did, and he ended up liking the vegetables because he tried them. But I cannot fuck with a grown ass man that does not eat vegetables.
I'm trying to think. Did I ever date a guy that didn't eat vegetables? No.
Me? No. Okay, Kelly. I'm ready for your point.
Okay, so my part came, and this is what I loved about Jamar. I had chapter 16, and it's when he talks about how hard work doesn't always pay off. And I just thought that was such a realistic approach because I feel like we've all been bamboozled and lied to believe that as long as you work hard and as long as you're a good person and do your best, everything will work out for you. And unfortunately, that just isn't how things are. Like in the real world, like shitty people are extremely successful and very wealthy. Bad things happen to good people. And just because you work hard does not mean that you're going to be successful. And the thing I respect about Jamar too was because with his whole journey and getting back in the NFL, like Taylor, this is why I thought like Taylor was a bit childish, because he was like, listen, you can train me and I can do my very best, and they still might say, hey, nah, we're not gonna sign you. And she was like, oh my God, no, why would you say that? Da, da, da. And he was like, well, Taylor, I have to be realistic. Like he was like, that doesn't mean I'm not gonna work hard, bust my ass and put my best foot forward, but you can't live without thinking like, hey, this might not be an option for me. What are the backup plans? And I think that was Taylor's main problem and why she just was always in these messed up situations, because she never had a backup plan. Like she just went full steam ahead. Like she never had plans for if this doesn't succeed. And I understand where she was coming from, to the point of like, you don't want to have those negative thoughts in your head, but those aren't negative thoughts. Those are just, hey, I'm gonna do my fucking best, but if my best isn't good enough, I'm gonna do this too.
Or I'm going to have this in place so that I can pivot.
Exactly. You can pivot. You can just roll back. Like you're going to be like, you'll figure it out. But she just never thought that way. And that's why I thought it was such a good, that was a good point that he brought up, was just like, because he was almost like, wait, you do realize that like, just because I'm doing all this doesn't mean and it was like, it didn't even cross her mind that was a possibility. Let me take a wild guess, she said. You were planning to become a doctor if you hadn't gone into football. A doctor? No way. Why not? You said you were so smart in school. I said I did all right, Jamar replied, knowing he was being modest. He graduated valedictorian of his high school class and magna cum laude from UT. My degree is in marketing, which is as far from medicine as you can get. What did you plan to do with a marketing degree? Market research. Back when I was in high school, I took a class in free enterprise. I had to write a paper on how cereal companies choose where to place cereal on the shelves and became fascinated with the concept. The sugary stuff at kid level, right? He nodded. It's genius when you think about it. It is. She nudged him with her shoulder. Too bad you won't be able to use all that knowledge. You'll be too busy playing football for many years to come. Hopefully. Not hopefully. You will. No defeatist attitude allowed, remember? I'm not being defeatist, Taylor. I'm being a realist. It's a hard lesson to learn, but it's better to be prepared just in case things don't go your way. If you work hard enough, you're still not guaranteed anything, Jamar said. No matter how hard you work to make something happen, there's a chance that it won't happen. That's just life. Having a backup plan is smart.
Yeah, and for the record, Taylor's
How old was
older.
she in this?
She's older
Yeah,
than Jamar.
Oh, yeah, but she's only like 2 years older than him or some shit. Like 2 years.
I still feel like, bitch, I just don't like her.
That's what it is. Like, she definitely is just like, her personality left a lot to be desired. Farrah did a good job in that I have such strong feelings about this character.
Oh, absolutely. Like, we would not be friends. I'd be like, bitch, please get away from me.
I have really strong feelings about her because I just thought she was.
Wait, do you hear that? That silence could be filled with an advertisement for your new product or brand. Email us at info@booksweshouldhaveread.com if you'd like to be a sponsor for and have your ad placed within the Books We Should Have Read podcast. We can't wait to welcome you to the family. Okay, I do remember. This book did give me warm and fuzzies. It did. There were a lot of moments that did.
No, I mean, we're going to talk about those too because I'm going to tell you, there's another part in the book when Jamar was helping her study for the entrance exam for college.
Yeah.
Bitch.
Yeah, right?
Bitch. He went above and beyond for her.
He really did.
And the fact that he took it so seriously down to the point where he acted like he was a proctor giving the exam, down to like timing it, bathroom breaks. And also he reminded her that, remember, there's a possibility you have a learning disability. So we're going to ask for you to get certain accommodations. So don't be upset if like you go over the time a bit, because realistically, if you take the accommodation test, you're going to be able to have more time. You're going to be able to do these things.
The way that he was able to pick that, I'm sorry, Helly, the way he was able to pick that up too with her, he just pays attention.
Her freaking out. He paid attention. When she hurt her ankle and he knew she didn't drink coffee and she was staying at his house, and he had groceries delivered and got her bougie ass kombucha. And it was just in the fridge for her.
Just she didn't have to request it.
I ain't never met, because I like me a lot of athletes, I ain't never met no athletic nigga that acted like that. Because goddamn, I'd be a football wife.
So sure, okay, college, there was one athlete, right? But that was by happenstance because I really like weird people. Like I like weird, like artsy, like people who are super introspective and like.
Not me, I'm a basic bitch. What? You play a sport? You throw a ball? Like I am not.
I'm tired of you, bitch. Oh, Kelly.
I love me some athletes in college and in my 20s. Ooh. Let me find out that nigga can dribble. It's over.
And for me, it's like, how many books do you have? Who's your favorite author?
Listen, I told you, I like them dumb and pretty. I like them dumb and pretty.
Girl, you are so stupid, Kelly. Oh, I can't even. Okay. All right, my reading.
Sorry. I cut you off. You was talking about your athlete, dude. I just started. I went
fine.
Back to the memory.
It wasn't much to talk about. Not like that. Like he was cool. He was really, really cool. But we really connected because, why did we connect?
Yeah, why did y'all connect then? Because I'm trying to think of like
No, because he's so cool.
you
Because
dating.
we're so cool on like social media and stuff, and he's
Oh, he
married
was
now.
like dope. Okay.
But I think it was because of like we like the same things, like music and like movies and like stuff like
Yeah,
that.
and he wasn't just he wasn't pretty and dumb. He had something going for him.
No.
Not saying that all athletes are like that, because there are some athletes that are just very intelligent and stuff like that, but I ain't never find them.
Oh
Goddamn.
wow. Yeah, no,
I ain't
don't.
never run into them. I had the dumb ones.
Yeah, I couldn't. No, I couldn't. I really couldn't. I really am attracted to nerdy people. Like,
You know what I'm attracted to? Yo, side note, speaking of being attracted to men, on Instagram, I saw this guy and he makes clothes, and he makes clothes for his girlfriend. And I was like, oh my God,
that's
I
your
am so
man.
aroused.
That's your
I was
man.
like, I am so aroused right now. I was like, I need me a clothes making nigga. I was like, I need me a nigga that can sew. He made his girl, like, Ashley, he be making her some bomb shit. Like, he made like a TikTok, and it was just like when your girlfriend tells you she has nothing to wear, and he made her like
Kelly, add
like,
that to the list. Add that to the list of
a
things.
dress. Girl, I'm manifesting. 'Cause I want me a nigga that makes some clothes. What? Like, I could just be like, babe, look how long the hem is on my pants. And he'd be like, I got you. And he going, yo, he made her the dopest pair of pants that I have ever seen. And I was like, wait.
See,
I was
you
like,
know
how
what?
come
That's where we fucked up, because niggas like that in high school, we used to call them gay.
And if I had known, I prayed. Like, it didn't even cross, and I don't know what this says about me as a person. It didn't even cross my mind that there could be a straight man that loved sewing.
Like, look at all the heads of the fashion houses. Most of them are men.
And most of them are gay men. There are a few that are straight. So that's why I'm saying that, because I know. Most of them are gay men, but there's a few of them that are straight. Like, but the ones that are straight have families.
Yeah.
But
like Jerry Lorenzo. Oh my God.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God.
All right, okay, hold on.
He's fine as hell, Kelly. Stop it.
He's cute. He is no. He's cute, but I think his shit is so ugly. And he it gets on my nerves, because this is like, it's such a hype beast, like.
Very much so. That's the perfect
I heard
word.
he used to be a club promoter in LA. Is that true?
Oh, he looks
was a
like
club.
it.
He was like, I heard he was literally he was a club promoter, like an old ass one. Like, he was a club promoter for a long time.
Oh, he looks
something
like
about him though. He gives me corny nigga vibes.
Mm-hmm.
I can't fuck with him.
He's so fine though.
He's very cute.
Mm-hmm.
He's very cute. His family's very beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
He seems like he takes himself too seriously.
Okay, let me ask you this: Kirby Jean Raymond.
Oh, Kirby. Is he like? His line is that Curbito? Is that his line? Like,
Curbito is his Instagram name. His line.
Okay.
Is
that's what. Okay.
Pierre
Kirby.
Moss. Yeah, his line is Pierre Moss.
He's a cutie, but is he gay?
He's not. He's not
really,
gay.
Ashley. This is definitely your type of nigga,
isn't it?
I'm
my God!
His face now. This is your nigga. Oh my God,
isn't
he's
it?
cute though. He is very cute, because I remember I never knew his face. Like, I knew Pyre. Is it Pierre Moss or Pyre Moss?
Pierre.
I always call it Pyre Moss. Okay, I'm ghetto.
No.
Pierre Moss. So.
I only know this because I'm like, I have a crush on him. So it's like,
you've been stalking him? Yeah, he's really cute. And like, I did not know. See, this is what I'm talking about. All right, I got to start doing research on these niggas, because I want me a nigga that can make me some sis. But this is the thing too. You got to be careful with fashion houses, because a lot of those people can't actually sew. Like, they can't actually sew, or
they don't make their clothes.
They can't actually sew, or they just have good.
Oh man, Kelly, look, I'm not
not like a Kirby.
Mm-hmm.
He makes his shit, but like heads of fashion houses, like a lot of them, like the ones who took over now, like of course, like the founders, like Oscar de la Renta, like he was making his own shit because it was his namesake. But a lot of those like fashion guys, those directors,
what do they do?
Ain't sitting down. They're not sitting down sewing. What they do is they have a team of designers, of seamstresses, and they say, okay, this season, this is the color I'm looking for. Or they'll give them ideas, and then their team comes up with that shit. It's like a collaborative effort. Like, they ain't fucking sitting down sewing.
Okay, is it a collaborative effort, or do the seamstresses make the shit, and then the head of the fashion houses?
Girl, you think Olivier Roustier of all man is
I
fucking
swore
sewing.
he was. And okay.
He might be a little different. He's very hands-on with stuff.
Yeah.
But like what they do is a lot of like the seamstress does like they might do the sketch. The seamstress sews the shit and then they give them the mock-up, and what he's gonna do, he's gonna put on a model and he's gonna change stuff and then send it back to the seamstresses and say, this is what I want different.
But they're still involved.
They're involved, yeah.
Okay.
I mean, they are involved,
Okay.
but it's just like not like they ain't sewing niggas.
Okay.
Like, that's what I'm saying.
So I feel like I knew
nigga.
that. I feel like I knew that. Like they weren't
Yeah.
making every single piece, but like
yeah, no, they are involved because they tell them what they want, what they don't want, but they ain't like a lot of them aren't sitting down, they're not sewing. Like that was like the old school, like the Yves Saint Laurent, Valentino, like those guys were super hands on.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Like they'd be sewing they shit in the back if they had to.
That's so cool to me. Like that's so
Kirby
fucking fire.
Is definitely. I love that. I just know him by his Instagram. I'm like, Kirbito.
He is like, he's a dream.
This is 100% your guy.
Yeah, I know.
I like him with his little dreads.
I know, bitch. Anyway, let's keep going. Look, that is the one person that I've admitted to on this podcast that I have a crush on. Like, I have not admitted to any other person by name.
I have. I
we
manifest
know, bitch.
Aldous.
Okay. So ratings.
Oh yeah.
Because I have to feed my kid before he bursts in here again. I gave the Dating Playbook 3 stars. And I gave it 3 because it wasn't a bad story. It just didn't hit.
I 100% feel that way. I gave it 3 stars as well. And this is what I said in mine. I said, Jamar is the ultimate book boyfriend, sweet, intelligent, and fine. This is a cute novel with my favorite trope of fake romance turned real. And I gave it a solid 3 stars because honestly, like, I know we shitted on Taylor a lot, but like, it wasn't a bad book. I just didn't like her. I think if I liked her, I would have got through the book a lot easier.
Same. Oh, absolutely. And that's why I genuinely feel like I'm pulling you in. We need to read London and Samaya's stories.
I'm not reading them shits. I'm not reading them shits.
Okay, so that's it for the podcast. Thank you so much.
Hey guys, don't forget to like, review, and subscribe to Books We Should Have Read. And don't forget to leave suggestions for books you would like us to read for future collections. This podcast is a Books We Should Have Read production with sound engineering and editing by About Right Media. The dope-ass track you hear in the background was produced by Ty.2. That's Ty, T-Y, .2WO on Instagram. Hey Ty! Follow Books We Should Have Read on Instagram at Books We Should Have Read to stay up to date with all the BWSR happenings. Follow Ashley at Bashwiser on Instagram and me at Kelly Likes to Read on Instagram. If you like what you heard and you want to support this Black woman-owned and operated movement financially, there is an Anchor link in the show notes where you can do just that. Any and everything is welcome and appreciated. Thanks for listening. Until next time, bye y'all.